Our top story this morning is what should have been an innocuous photograph of the Princess of Wales and her children, and it was released for Mother's Day.
Yes, but it has erupted into a scandal for the royal family, with Kensington Palace now under fire for the picture seen here, and it's been removed from at least 4 major photo agencies over what they describe as manipulation.
So what's this all about? Has the image been photoshopped or not? It came out yesterday morning. It marked the first official picture of the Princess of Wales since her surgery, her abdominal surgery in January. Joining us in the studio, GB News Royal Correspondent Cameron Walker and Royal Biographer Angela Levin. Now, Angela, first of all, I looked at it. I couldn't really see what was wrong with it, but we've looked at it and we see certain things that I don't see how it enhances the photograph, but very strange that this has happened.
Yes, it's extraordinary, isn't it? I had 2 feelings. One is there was a photograph captured of her with her mother in a car, and although newspapers didn't use it, you could see what she looked like. She looked quite puffy-faced, and I wondered how she could change from this puffy face to the slim one we'd known so well. After you've had a major operation and you're not well enough to do very much, I don't see that that's right. So is your
fear that the photograph is not off the time and place? In other words, this photograph was taken some other time, maybe in the autumn, I don't know when.
Yes, I also think it was strange when they said that Prince William did it, because he's not learnt how to be a photographer, and it's actually brilliantly taken with all the smiles and the laughter. She's the one who actually learnt how to do photography very well. So it is a mess. But I wondered whether the actual couple sent it to Kensington Palace and somebody thought, oh, here it is, and sent it. And it's a whole plot.
Well, let's bring Cameron in at this point, because this, as Angela is demonstrating there, this has just posed a whole bunch of new questions which the palace really didn't want and arguably didn't need, but they've messed up here, haven't they?
Well, absolutely. I think there's no 2 ways about it. I mean, this was an image that was meant to quash all of these conspiracy theories which have been circulating online over the last couple of weeks, particularly since William pulled out of that memorial service for his godfather. And all it's done is added fuel to the fire. This doesn't happen often. In fact, I can't remember another time it has happened where international agencies have pulled the image over editorial fears. The Associated Press, for example, a big international agency, says the image appears to have been manipulated. Now, the Press Association, which is the agency here in the United Kingdom, has not killed the image. They are very close to the palace, but they do say they're seeking urgent clarification from Kensington Palace.
No,
and William's at the centre of this.
Will they get that urgent clarification?
Well, as yet, we've received nothing from Kensington Palace. They've remained very silent since last night. But William is at the centre of this. As Angela says, he's the one who's meant to have taken this photograph.
Right, OK. Do you think Kensington Palace will come out and say, look, guys, a little bit of mistake here. We meant to do well, but actually we messed up here a bit, or not?
I think they will. I don't think they can be quiet for long. I mean, they're obviously going to have discussions, maybe till tomorrow, but they've got to say something. And they can make an apology and say they thought it came from the couple and they sent it out without questioning it. I think that would be their excuse. Unless the couple did that, I don't believe they would do that, because they're very intelligent and they know that anybody would look at that who had any interest in photography and would say that's OK. I mean, it's not quite OK.
I'm not sure, Isabel, what advantage they get through the little changes.
Well,
we'll put up 4 changes
look
here.
at what the problems are. I mean, it's this dodgy sleeve that seems to have got most of the criticism. But I wanted to say to Cameron, this won't be the first time that the royal family will have touched up a picture to make the royals look better.
But I still don't see why a dodgy sleeve throws everything into disarray.
I think it's a dodgy tree.
And, well, also, you can't see it in this image, but Kate's zip is very off-centre. But the most obvious one is Charlotte's sleeve. But it doesn't really matter what the individual issues are. I mean, all through the ages. I mean, right back to Tudor times, when they were, you know, painting bits of the monarch which didn't exist, and, you know, they touched up photos through the ages. So it's not the first time a photo's been manipulated for the public.
I'm just looking at their annual Christmas card, and Prince Louis was missing a finger. Do you remember?
Yes.
There was a big discussion about that. But the reason it matters this time is because this image was put out specifically to allay concerns about whether or not the Princess of Wales was OK. And now people, conspiracy theorists, are suggesting, well, have the kids been photoshopped into the image? Was this really Kate? Where's her wedding ring as well?
Absolutely.
Sparked all of this. So, it's not the idea of photoshopping in and of itself so much as in relation to this particular picture.
No, there could be a perfectly innocent explanation. So they took 10 photos and they needed one photo of the kids all looking at the camera at the same time, and they morphed it all into one very clumsily. But because, as you say, Isabel, they knew this image would be so scrutinised because it's the first official one we've seen since her abdominal surgery, and all the conspiracy theorists, it's just adding fuel to this fire.
Would you buy that? Would you buy that as an explanation? They took all four images or so and they made one.
I don't think they did it. I just think that it was all organised before it was sent to the palace. I think somebody got hold of it. Someone who wants to bring down the monarchy would do that for them. If you keep on nagging and finding fault, the percentage of people who actually believe in the royal family will drop. I think it's all a set-up. I might be wrong.
But who? Gosh, my mind's going scratching my head. I wonder, has it come from Los Angeles?
Stop.
No. But how's she going to like it? How's Meghan going to like all this?
Well, I think Meghan is very jealous of Princess Catherine, and so if she's going to see that they're being attacked or criticised, I don't think she'll be very upset.
I think, Cameron, it's fair to say a lot of people will be sorry for Princess Catherine that in a week when she was papped last week against her wishes, when she's, perfectly entitled to privacy to recover from serious abdominal surgery, the week that her uncle has decided to muscle in on her fame just as she's trying to convalesce, and now people questioning if her marriage is intact or not. Very difficult time for her.
Yeah, it's an incredibly difficult time for the Princess of Wales. She really values her privacy, as does Prince William. She knew that she perhaps had to put something out to reassure the public, and that reassurance has not come this morning, unfortunately, because of all these edits. And whether or not it was Prince William who edited the photo and just sent it to Kensington Palace and nobody checked it before it was then published, that could possibly happen. But because of all these questions, it's completely overshadowed the Commonwealth Day service. So other members of the royal family, including the King, are not going to be particularly happy about this. It's a real problem, I think, for Catherine and William. And I don't know what they're going to be doing next, or what Kensington Palace is going to be doing next.
Just speaking of the Commonwealth service today, this was obviously famously the last time they were at close quarters, the Sussexes and the Waleses. You remember that frosty moment when they were sort of glancing at each other inside the church. Talk to us about what this service is all about and what we can expect to hear from the King, who, of course, can't be there in person.
He can't. The King has pledged to continue to serve the Commonwealth to the best of his ability. That is, or best of my ability, is the quote. Of course, he has received a cancer diagnosis. He's not undertaking any public engagements at the moment, so he will not be at the Commonwealth service at Westminster Abbey later. Neither will Kate. Quite obviously, she is still recovering from abdominal surgery. It is a yearly, very important service in the royal calendar. Prince William and the Queen are going to be leading it. But we are also expecting protests at midday, from midday as well, because there are obviously people who dislike the monarchy and think that we should be a republic here in this country. But it's all been overshadowed, and all the work of the Commonwealth has been overshadowed by this image, and that's not going to go away today.
The big error, the big glaring thing missing in the image is Catherine's wedding ring. And I find that of all the things, men don't notice these sort of things, but women know them straight away. This is Isabel said to me straight away this morning, "Where's her wedding ring?" I wouldn't have known, but now I look and I think no woman I know would be seen without her wedding ring. I can't really understand the circumstances.
Well, the excuse that was given is that she lost a lot of weight after she had the operation, and therefore her fingers were skinnier. And the rings were falling off and they'd gone away to be
perfectly plausible, but surely just don't have your hand in the photograph in an image that's designed
No, well, that's
to
why
stop
I think this whole photograph has been made up.
But I'm trying to get to the bottom of who's making it up or who. So you're saying that William is credited with taking the picture. You're not sure because he's got no track record on that. So who sends it to you? You're saying someone sent it to William and Kate and said, "Here's a nice picture."
No, I don't think they sent it to them. I think they sent it straight
to the press office, pretending it had come from William and Kate.
That's right.
Yes.